It has been a hot moment since we went back to the Discord Rival Series. My apologies. Was prepping up everything for the franchise mode, which is live Tuesdays, Fridays, 9 or 8 p.m. Eastern Time to midnight over on the Twitch channel. Check it out. But we're here for Game 4 of the Bolts and Cogs versus the Hound Dogs. There you go. Hound Dogs up 2-1. So this is a pretty big deal for the road team, the Bolts and Cogs here, facing Shane Costa on the hill, and he's got 3 balls to open it up here against Jeff Kaufman before finding the strike zone. John Steele will start for the Bolts and Cogs as they are seeking momentum. They have not won since Game 1. Doug Bagwell stepping up, hitting 400 in the series. 1 RBI to his name. And he's got the first hit of today's ball game to center field. Brings up Flick Bean. He has been struggling. Flick Bean has been a problem. I mean, the massive power of his bat, obvious potential. Obviously, you want him in the lineup. But he's hitting just a $182. And that's a questionable problem right there. 2 balls, 1 strike from Shane Costa. Flick Bean gets a hold of that one, but it will be foul. The 2-2. And Flick Bean has what I think might actually just be like a second hit of the tournament. But he gets a mojo boost. And now Titus Jenkins comes up with 2 men on. He's another big power bat, hitting 273 in the tournament. 1 RBI. Can he go deep here? Can he score a run here? Can he get the Bolts and Cogs rolling? Because Shane Costa's having a real hard time finding the strike zone. 2-1. 2-2. And a deep fly ball. And that is a home run. 3-run shot, first of the series for Titus Jenkins. Deep center field, 419 feet at the end of the day. And that will bring up Alex Porchetto, the closer, or the catcher, not closer. Hitting 333 in the series. Had a pretty good time. Costa 17 pitches into this outing is not looking good. 1-1. Meltdown probably should honestly be triggered. Pop fly to team captain Eric Przinski for the second out. And that'll bring up Marshall Colbert, who's another one who has struggled, hitting just 100 in the series. Ground ball. Przinski's got it. That will end the inning. Hound Dogs look to come back with Kobio, Eric Przinski, and Gabe Folk to face John Steele. John Steele's a pretty good power pitcher. He's got good velo on his pitches. But there's not a ton of accuracy. There's actually very bad accuracy. And there is not a ton of movement on what he's offering. This is a guy who is going to have a steady diet of 4-seam fastball at 99 mile an hour, as you can see. 1-2 to Kobio. He gets a strikeout. That'll bring up Eric Przinski. Team captain, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 231 batting average for the series. And he takes a ball. Another ball. Good eye, by the way, on that first pitch. Just out of the zone. Catches it there. 2-2. We go to a full count. Still full. And that might drop. No! Jeff Kaufman with the diving, sliding on his butt catch. Brings up Gabe Folk. He's hitting 250 for the series. No home runs, no RBIs, though. Ball 1. Neither pitcher today is having any success at finding the strike zone here. This is what happens when you get a battle between two guys who are number 4 in the lineup, or 4 in the rotation. And that's a walk in a 4-man rotation at that. Brock Earp. Still looking for his first RBI. 364 batting average. He's had good slugging numbers. Just hasn't been able to make it happen. 1-1 from John Steele. Make it 1-2. And wow, he got a jump with the curveball there. Utilizing that limited mobility, or not mobility, junk to get the job done. Gigi Tremondo, Torrey Yates, and John Steele due up here in the second inning. Against Shane Costa. Ball 1. Ball 2. High fly ball into the stands. 2-1. 2-2. A lot of foul offs here. Making Costa go deep in the count. Full count. Gets strikeout. So an inning and a third, he's 28 pitches deep. That's less than ideal. Brings up Torrey Yates. The number 8 hitter. Pretty decent number 8 hitter, honestly. Hitting 200 for the series. Costa again missing high. And then lines out to Cobiel. Pitcher-on-pitcher showdown, John Steele. Not a non-factor as a hitter, but not a good one. And he fouls off the first offering from Costa. Takes strike 2 on a swing. Ball 1. Fouled off. Even Costa taking him, 4 pitches deep into this before popping up to right field. That'll be Gabe Folk with the play. And we head to the bottom of the second inning with Christian Axelson, Talon Nash, and Cody Ossenmacher due up. Axelson hitting .333 with a solo home run to his name. Facing John Steele. Ball 1. High fly ball. Right center field. Bagwell calls off Kaufman. Makes the play. Brings up Talon Nash, the catcher. The very, very, neon, bright-colored catcher. Oh. Anyways, strike 1. Strike 2. John Steele looking to close the door once again. Very wild pitch there. No one on base to take advantage. 2-2. And the strikeout. John Steele looking sharp early. Cody Ossenmacher stepping up, hitting .125 for the series, is the defensively minded center fielder. He's not a guy who usually makes the Bills happen with his bat. And a ground ball to Marshall Colbert will end the inning. Back to the top of the order for Jeff Kaufman, Doug Bagwell, and Flick Bean here in the top of the third inning. Shane Costa coming back out.
Center fielder, number 8, Jeff Kaufman.
Rough start for Costa, but he's settled down. Finished the first inning strong. Good second inning. Can he translate that into a good third inning? Liner to Eric Brzezinski. That'll help. That brings up Doug Bagwell, 1 for 1 on the day with a single, hitting .455 for the series. Strike 1. Ball 1. Strike 2. Costa doing a good job out there right now. There was that shaky moment. Gave up 3 hits. But since then, rock solid. I may have jinxed him. Doug Bagwell with a big one into center field. That'll be an easy double. Stand-up double for the right fielder. And with 1 out, it is a runner on second base for Flick Bean. 2 for 2 day for Bagwell. Captain leading by example. Strike 1. That'll be 0-2. Ground ball. Runner will not advance, and they get an easy ground out. Brings up Titus Jenkins, the man who went deep. 3-run bomb back in the first inning here, looking to extend the lead. He may have gone deep again. That will go foul. It did not make it over the wall, but it also went foul. 1-1. 1-2. 2-2. Foul ball. And he gets him. Second strikeout for Costa. And we'll go to Murray Greer, Shane Costa, and Kobe O in the bottom half of the inning. See what Murray can do here. The chaos on the base paths. Facing Shane Costa. Fouled off. Not Shane Costa. Pardon me. John Steele. John Steele. 1-2. Deep fly ball. That... Okay, it's at the warning track. That'll bring up the pitcher with 1 down. Shane Costa is not a hitter. But he's settled in enough that I think you let him bat here. These two teams... To be honest, the AI in this series has been very unwilling to actually go to the bullpen. So I would have been very, very surprised to see a pinch hitter here. And Steele gets a strikeout. Brings up Kobe O. 0 for 1 on the day. John Steele with a solid 4 strikeouts in 2 2/3. And yet to give up a hit. Ooh, that was either really good eye or a bad call by the ref. Knocked down by Jenkins, and they get the out. So we're 3 innings in the books. It's 3-0 Bolts and Cogs. Alex Porchetta coming up along with Marshall Colbert.
Number 27, Alex Porchetto.
Alex Porchetta. Facing Shane Costa. Ground ball. Brzezinski's got it. Makes the play. Brings up Marshall Colbert. 0-91 on the series. Has really struggled at the plate. It's been a big deal. Been a huge deal. Ground ball. Kobe O makes the play. 2 down. Brings up Gigi Tremendo. The ace second baseman, the defensive gold glove candidate of the position. Ball 1. Ball 2. Pop fly. Costa called off by Axelson. He'll make the play. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Brzezinski, Folk, and Earp due up. Folk is the only one to have reached against Steele so far today. And even that was on a walk versus a hit. Eric Brzezinski, 2-14 in the series. Takes strike 1. Steele's been working that curveball stunningly well for a guy who does not have a good curveball. Like, what is this? Gets a strikeout. This man's a power pitcher. He's out here throwing this curveball, and no one seems to know what to do with it. There it is again. Missed that time for a ball, but still. Ball 2. Boom! Gabe Fultz says that's what you do. Although that was a fastball. That was a deep one, though. Holy moly. I want to know what the foot rating on that one was. 460. Wow. One of the longest home runs of the tournament. And the Bolts and Cogs suddenly don't got no shutout no more. Brock Earp stepping up now for the Hound Dogs. 3-2-1. Still for the Bolts and Cogs. Strike 1. Ball 2. That fastball is not working. It has really been the curveball today that has done anything for John Steele and the slider. Brock Earp, deep fly ball to the warning track, but Jeff Coppin will bring it on in. Brings up Christian Axelson. 0 for 1 on the day. See what he can do here. Strike one.
Ball inside.
Ball one.
Nope. Inside.
Ball two.
You bet that's a strike.
2-2.
No, outside.
Full count.
Oh.
Got him! Torrey H., John Steele, Jeff Koppman due up here in the top of the 5th inning.
Number 28.
Bolts and Cogs still looking for, like, something here. Shane Costas really shut the door after a rough first inning.
You bet that's a strike.
And I'm surprised, honestly, that both pitchers have been... You know, you take away that first inning, and both of these pitchers have had a heck of a day.
Strike three.
And there's a strikeout for Shane Costa.
Now batting the pitcher, number 30.
John Steele,
John Steele.
0 for 1 on the day. Gets a little bit of a boost from the mojo. See what he can do. Strike one.
Ball low.
Ball one.
Ball.
Ball two.
Ball.
Ball three. That's a good eye by Steele. That's a bad eye. I think that was ball four.
Go.
And he'll strike out as a result.
Now batting the center fielder,
Costa
number 8.
piling up some strikeouts here in this inning. Jeff Koppman stepping up. Looking for something. Fouled off. Honestly, if at the start of the game, I would not have bet money that we'd be in the 5th inning, and not only would Shane Costa still be in the game, but that I would be legitimately not surprised that he's still in the game. That's how good he's been since the first inning. Talon Nash. Step it up.
Nope. No.
Takes ball one.
Pitch high.
Takes ball two. I will say, Steele's pitch count getting a little high. We're up in the 60s now, mid-60s here in the 5th inning. That's a little bit inefficient, even if it's, one hit given up only.
That's outside.
Full count.
Ball four.
And he'll issue his second free pass of the day.
Now batting the center fielder,
Brings up Cody Ossenmacher.
Cody Ossenmacher.
We'll see what the loose cannon can get done here.
Nope. Inside.
Ball one.
Ball.
Ball two.
Strike.
Strike number two.
That's high.
3-1. Fly ball. Into the glove of Flick Bean. Makes the play. Brings up Murray Greer. 0 for 1 on the day. See what he can do here.
No. Inside.
Ball one. Pitcher due up next.
That's a strike.
So do you pinch hit for Costa here? That'll be the interesting thing. Because they are still down 2 runs. And as good as Costa's been pitching, the bullpen might be an option right here. May also depend just what Murray Greer can do here. Because if he's out, and it's just 2 outs with nobody on, it's not such a big deal.
Strike three. You're out.
And Greer will strike out. Brings up Shane Costa. Do you pinch hit for the locked-in pitcher? You do not. Pitcher-on-pitcher showdown.
That's a strike.
Strike one. Ball one.
Hot foul.
1 and 2.
Ball. That's inside.
2 and 2 as he misses up high with the curveball,
Strike three.
but gets him with the slider. I think that was the slider anyways. Bagwell, Bean, and Jenkins. There's not a lot of difference between the slider and the curveball when you have that low of jump. Doug Bagwell, 2 for 2 on the day. Considering there's been 5 hits total in this game, he's been, a huge deal. He'll take strike one,
Ball high.
and we'll follow up with the ball.
That's high.
Ball two. Line drive. Brocker makes the play.
Now batting
And for the first time today, Doug Bagwell is retired.
Flick Bean.
Brings up Flick Bean. Oh and 1.
Nope. High ball.
1 and 1. Ground ball. Hops to Cobio. makes the play.
Now back, the first baseman.
2 down, ties Jenkins up.
Titus.
I think for the first time Jenkins has come up with without anybody on base, actually. See what he can do here against Shane Costa. He is the difference maker with one swing of the bat. He did make this game 3-0. And he'll add a second hit, maybe a double. Rounds first, heads for second. He'll easily make it in there with a stand-up.
Now batting.
So that brings up Alex Porchetto.
27, Alex Porchetto.
You might want to pinch hit for Porchetto now. Like, he's a guy who's getting tired. You know, you can see the fitness is going down. He's also got bad mojo.
That's okay.
He's a very good player, don't get me wrong, but, like, this would be the time to go to somebody else.
That's a strike.
2-1. Deep fly ball. Alex Porchetto would like to say hello. Sends one over the left field wall. Second home run allowed by Shane Costa. 399 feet for Porchetto. His first home run of the tournament.
Now batting.
And the Bolts and Cogs go up 5-1.
Marshall Colbert.
Brings up Marshall Colbert.
Now pitching.
And there is the swap. Costa's day is done. Brings in Uriel Navarro. Take away the long ball, and that was not a bad showing by Costa.
Nope, that time.
The Hound Dogs will put their faith in one of their expert relief pitchers to clean up the 6th inning. Kobe O, Eric Krasinski, Gabe Folk in the bottom of the 6th inning due up here. Still just 1 hit for the Hound Dogs. That has to change.
Number 71, Kobe. Oh.
And it will be John Steele to start the 6th inning. Despite being on, that's 84 pitches. So this is probably his last inning just on pitch count. It's been a good day for him, 8 Ks. But he's been going deep into counts, and it's limited his pitch count. And that's a base hit there for Kobe O. Brings up Eric Brzezinski. 0 for 2 on the day. 1 home run, 3 RBIs on the series, 200 batting average. Team captain. Strike 1. Also, the starting shortstop for your Las Vegas Blackjacks over on the Twitch stream. Base hit. 2 on, nobody out. I would say go to the bullpen right here, honestly. He's had a bad night against Gabe Folk. Folk's 1 for 1 with a home run and a walk. There's the replacement. Fireballer Waldo Acosta entering the game. He's had a rough time. Acosta going 6.75 ERA, 2.25 whip. And we'll get an infield fly for the first out. 3 hits allowed and 1 run by John Steele, but he leaves with 2 runners on. We'll see if those count against him. Brock Earp stepping up. Ball 1. Ball 2. Boom! Shakalaka. Brock Earp will make those count. He goes deep over the wall. And suddenly, ladies and gentlemen, we got a ball game. 2 460-foot home runs in the same game. That is insane. Brings up Christian Axelson.
Number 22, Christian Axelson.
4-5 here in the 6th inning. For the first time today, this is a ball game. This is the first time that the offense has woken up for the Hound Dogs. 1-2 from Acosta. He'll get the strikeout. That's a big deal. Talon Nash, 0 for 1 with a walk today. Take strike 1. No accuracy on Acosta right now. But he is actually finding the strike zone. Like, he had a strikeout last time, and that's the first, like, terrible, like, no accuracy pitch he's had. 2-2. Gets a strikeout. Gigi Tremondo, Torrey Yates, Waldo Acosta due up. I imagine Acosta would be pinch hit for. I would imagine.
Gigi Tremendo.
See what the Bolts and Cogs can do to add a little insurance. Uriel Navarro Still on the hill for the Hound Dogs.
Strike.
He's had an excellent... Well, okay, the whip of 1.5 is a little bit high, but obviously yet to give up a run.
Third baseman, number
That's a huge deal. Torrey Yates stepping up. He's a K collector and a rally stopper. Two very good traits, if I may say so, in a bullpen pitcher.
You're out.
And that's a strikeout for Yates. Sit down.
Pitcher, number 46.
Waldo Acosta's got a little bit of pop in the bat, but I still think you pinch hit for him here. And he's going to bat. Okay, so he's going to pitch the he's going to pitch at least part of the bottom of the seventh, which is an interesting move for a pitcher who gave up a home run in a one-run ball game. 1-2.
Ball outside.
Navarro missing.
Yep.
And again. But he will punch out his seventh batter. Cody Ossenbacher, Murray Greer, Uriel Navarro. That probably is the end for Navarro, I think. Probably a pinch hitter coming up here. You would think. Cody Ossenbacher against Waldo Acosta.
Ball outside.
Acosta, again, is another one of these pitchers with, like, a lot of velocity. A lot of obvious arm strength. There's not a lot of movement. There's not a lot of accuracy. Gives up a base hit to Ossenbacher to open up the seventh. So the game-tying run is on for Murray Greer. Now, I would throw down the bunt here and then pinch hit for Navarro. That would be my pick.
Strike.
Greer's got the kind of speed to, theoretically make a bunt work.
That's down.
1-1. Ossenbacher going to steal, and he's gunned down. That was a bad idea, in my opinion. That's strikeout. All right. Uriel Navarro stepping in. And he will not bat. It'll actually be relief pitcher Zeke Maddox. And Casey Ziegler, or Casper Ziegler, entering the game for the Bolts and Cogs, their second bullpenner of the game. Also, it's got to be pretty awesome having Zeke Maddox as one of your bullpenners. Because, he's a guy who comes in and, can actually hit a little bit. And he is going to be the game-tying run. On base again. Cobio, 1 for 3 with a single today. I'd love it if he could deliver against power pitching Casper Ziegler. And Ziegler is getting roughed up here. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 7th inning. 1-run game. Team captain Eric Perzinski at the plate. With, in my opinion, one of the coolest bats on the team. And Ziegler's had a rough series. 5.4 ERA, 2.4 whip. Fly ball. Coppman's got it. Well, that will close it. So we go to the 8th. 5-4, Bolts and Cogs still leading. Kaufman, Bagwell, and Bean do up. Facing Zeke Maddox, who just came into the game. Very solid numbers for Maddox. Accurate. Surgically accurate. With great velo. Do you see that 102 mile an hour fastball? Also has a cutter and a forkball if he needs it. And he is a strikeout specialist. Punches out Jeff Coppin as if you needed reminding. Brings up Doug Bagwell, 2 for 3 on the day with a single and a double. And he does hit righties particularly hard. Ground ball. Cobio. Got it. 2 down. Flick beam. At the plate. The clutch is in play for the flick. Ground ball. Brock-Earp. 3 up. 3 down. Gabe Folk. Brock-Earp. Christian Axelson. Fearsome part of the lineup to face Casper Ziegler. Gabe Folk has gone deep today.
Now in the game, Chris.
And Chris Fitzpatrick will take over at third base. It's an interesting move. I can't even think if Fitzpatrick is actually better defensively than Yates is, to be honest.
Yep, outside. No.
2-2. I can't pull up the menu. I was going to try and look up the ratings, but apparently I can't.
Come on, take a base.
There's a walk from Ziegler to Gabe Folk. His second free pass of the day. Brings up Brock Earp, this is the man who's made this game interesting with his own 460-foot 3-run home run.
That's straight.
Facing Ziegler.
Come on. Strike.
1-2. Got him. Ziegler with the strikeout. Brings up Axelson. Ground ball, Gigi Tremondo lays out. That was a bad throw, but if you get the job done, I guess you get the job done. Brings up Talon Nash, and Kevin Greer is going to check in to pinch hit here. The ace pitcher grounds out to end the inning. Tyus Jenkins, Alex Porchetto, Marshall Colbert due up.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 19, Titus Jenkins.
Here in the
Now in the game,
Taylor Andrade taking over behind the plate. Zeke Maddox still on the hill, trying to force it to bottom of 9 with 1 run differential. Can he do it? You think if anyone can, it's got to be him. Still throwing 103-mile-an-hour fastball here. Jesus. Strikes out Tyus Jenkins.
Now batting, the catcher,
Shutting
number 27,
the door.
Alex Porchetto.
Alex Porchetto. 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run. Ball 1. The Ware forkball from Maddox. Goes to it again, and Brzezinski makes the play.
Now batting, the shortstop, number
Marshall
2,
Colbert,
Marshall
0 for 3 on the day. He will bat. Fly ball. Left field. Brzezinski calls everybody off and makes the play. Ossenmacher, Greer, Maddox due up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's coming down to this. Can they do it? Cody Ossenmacher looking to be the guy who ties this up and gives the Hound Dogs a shot at a 3-1 series advantage. Ziegler misses. No move to a new pitcher here. I'm surprised at that. Ziegler is 20-plus pitches into the game here. And he's not been spectacular. He'll get the strikeout, though. Murray Greer, 0 for 3 on the day. Tense. Pinch hitter, maybe? No? No pinch hitter. All right. 1-1. 1-2. I don't know what general manager Miles Long is thinking. 2-2. Ground ball. Or not Miles Long. Pardon me. This is Eric's team. General manager Eric Brzezinski's thinking. Zeke Maddox with the game on the line faces Casper Ziegler, a showdown of relief pitchers. 0-2. Foul ball. Ziegler misses 1-2. 2-2. Pressure bar is about to explode. And Maddox has his second hit of the game. Wow. Relief pitcher Zeke Maddox getting the job done. Brings up Kobe O. He's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. See what he can do. Jack Hunt enters the game. Looking for the close. Hunt's a velo pitcher. Decent accuracy, not a lot of junk. Not a lot of bullshit. 4-seam fastball slider guy. The old man of the bullpen. 2-2. Pop fly. That'll do it. The Bolts and Cogs take game 5. And they don't force a game, or game 4. They don't force a game 5 because we're already going to go there. But they force it with a 2-2 series now, as opposed to going down 3-1. 5-4 is this final score here today. The home run hitters are absolutely the heroes. Pitching-wise, you can see John Steele. Very solid outing, actually. 3 hits, 3 runs. I don't think that does justice to him, because obviously 2 of those runs came in on a home run. He didn't give up. It was given up by Waldo Acosta. But he had 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, a very solid outing. Waldo Acosta was worked up a little bit. Casper Ziegler did a good job of not allowing runs to score, but was otherwise a little bit struggling. And the save for Jack Hunt. Shane Costa takes the loss. The man had 2 bad innings, but honestly, between there, from like the 2nd to the 5th inning, he was very good. Uriel Navarro and Zeke Maddox also doing some superstar stuff. And it is Jenkins, Folk, Earp, your 3 stars. So I will see you in game 4 between the Sky High and the Ya Boys, which I do believe the Ya Boys trail 2 games to none, if my memory serves.